Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Monster Energy Supercross 5. This is episode number 4, and we continue on with the journey. I'm going to do whatever necessary time it is to practice, learn the next course, because it definitely paid off last time in Daytona. For now, though, we still have training available. That's all that there is pre-race this time. Also, I have spent 10,000 credits to heal an ankle injury that was going to impact, and I think I had one entering that last race. It's one thing that might have slowed us down a little bit. I've got 226,000 credits, so 10,000 is a pretty small amount to have spent on that. All right, so I am back at it once again on the Surgeon, the one where you are trying to get the perfect line. We did this last episode. The very first attempt, I came in with just 3% shy of where I needed to be, and then totally bottled it on the next two attempts, not even getting 1 star. So we were just 3% shy. Let's see if we can get it right this time around so we can get on to level number 2. A little shy on our line there, and that's going to set off the whole rest of it. Oh, and there's that offline thing again. We totally failed. Okay, let's try that again. It's weird how this one is so touchy. I mean, the whole thing is really delicate, but this is more delicate than anything else I've done. The trying to line it up, trying to get it, it just does not want to go in any reasonable way. You can see even the autopilot can't even get it straight. Well, it failed before I even got to the start. I'm gonna change trainings. I'm really annoyed with that one. I didn't do anything crazy there. Just a simple turn, and and off it went. I'm gonna work on another training. I will come back to this one at a later date, a much later date, because it's annoying how you can't even turn a simple corner without it going haywire on this one. It's maybe there's a bug in the training, or I don't know, or I'm really that bad that I can't make a simple corner, because I can seem to do it in a race. I could seem to do it in the other training events. For some reason, I can't even make that first corner cleanly. Alright, so I only have 1 attempt remaining, even though we've technically only done 1 attempt. We never even got to the start point on the second attempt, but they failed us anyway. This one is all about getting the whole shot. So this is trying to get the whole shot. This is start practice. Wow, and I completely blew it here. That was entirely on me. But because it's the first level, they were so ridiculously slow that I regained the position. That was a terrible start. Terrible. I was not at all ready for it. That was probably the worst start I've ever had, but I still managed to get through. And oh look, I turned a corner. So yeah, I don't know why that other one is so problematic just to get through a simple 90-degree corner. But I had no problem here on it. I was just ridiculously slow off the line. I was not ready for it to go. I thought there was going to be some sort of prep, some sort of warning, and no, we just took off. Oops. At least I made it through this one. All right, so we are in AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas for round number 3 of the championship. 9 rounds for this one. So we're at the third waypoint. Looks like we have a heavily banked corner there. Some easier loop sections. This track, at least visually, doesn't look to be too hard. Let's see how quickly we can master this one and get into the race. It took me 3 sessions last time, a half an hour of riding. This track looks quite a bit shorter. We'll see how quickly I can get into it. I'll see you at the end of practice. Okay, everything I said about this track, I take it back. It is smaller, tighter. It's really challenging because you're in and out of the next thing. And especially the first jump. On previous tracks, you come around a corner and you have 50 meters before you hit your first jump. You have time. Here, you're 10 meters away. You come out of the exit and whoop, right away into a jump. So getting the balance back centered before you jump is crazy difficult, I'm finding. I got better at it, but I'm not consistent at it. I did 2 rounds, thought I could start. No. I could use 1 more. I shaved off a little more time. I'm less than 3 seconds off the pace now with my best lap. And I can manage to get 56s on 3 out of 9 laps, but I can't do it all the time. And I'm well over a minute on the bad laps where I'm really, once you lose that rhythm, holy crap, it's hard to get it back. So I'm nervous about this race coming up, as I think I would need a lot more than the 3 sessions I have. In fact, I think I could double the sessions I have before I could really find comfort. It's just a hard track to keep because your transition time is so low. You don't have time to recover. Good luck to me. I'm going to need it on this one. I think it's going to be difficult. I think I can put in some good laps. I think I can be competitive. I just don't think I can sequence a whole race worth of laps together.
The gate for 250 SX Heat 1 is about to drop. We're starting to feel the tension in the air because only the first 9 riders will earn direct access to the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
In the era of Jeremy McGrath and Ricky Carmichael, I watched most of the races throughout a season. Not every single one, but I watched definitely the vast majority, probably 75-80% of the races. I was pretty into it. After McGrath retired and Ricky Carmichael was full-on the man at that point, I started to watch less often because I was a huge McGrath fan. And as ESPN expanded coverage into other sports, I watched other sports. Now, for me, I'm a soccer, aka football fan, first and foremost. As a kid, there was 0 coverage of the sport. As a kid, everybody played soccer. As teenagers, nobody played soccer. Everybody gave up on the sport. And I had stuck with it. I was playing as a 12-year-old in a U16 league, and I was one of the best players in my league. I was solid. It was great, but there was 0 coverage on TV. I went to a soccer camp at what is now where the Timbers play, the Portland Timbers, the MLS team. I went to a soccer camp there. I met 4 or 5 U.S. national team players, and I couldn't tell you one of their names because I had no idea who they were. No idea. I'd never seen any of them play before. So it was cool at the moment, but I don't remember anyone who was there because I'd never seen them play before. Well, anyway, that never really changed until the MLS got going, which was, for me, probably right about that time. I mean, that was probably the first year of the MLS. But even then, television coverage was so limited. But anyway, my tastes changed in time as I had access to a lot more sports, like we do today. and this was something that got away from me. However, in the last 30 years, I've probably watched 6 Supercross / motocross races. I have watched the Camas, Washington, which is 20 minutes from my house, race. I've watched, it's not even Camas, is it? It's Washougal. Washougal, it's the next town over. I've watched the Washougal motocross race. Holy crap, that's harder to say than you would think. Motocross race. I've watched that one probably 3 times on TV. I've driven past it while it was going on, but I never went to it. I didn't buy tickets for it. But in the last 5 years, I've probably seen 3 races. One of those was yesterday. I actually sat down. I skipped straight to the main events, but I watched the Seattle Supercross Round 12 event, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to see, pretty cool to watch, and it's just like this. In fact, they plugged this game constantly throughout it as it was sponsoring the event, but the game does a really good job. Same announcers, same coverage, same presentation, same style. Yeah, it's nice. Well, anyway, let's get to the race, huh?
Since the race is about to begin.
Oh, how is that not the whole shot? Are you kidding me? Oh, I got off that line so much faster than everybody around me. I was shocked that I did not get the ultimate hole shot. And then, I don't know how I was not able to get a rhythm here. Was that from the contact that I took that threw me off my line? This is, I told you, this track is so finicky. You can see how all of them are coming right off the corner, and you're immediately into the next one. And so there's just no room for error whatsoever. This is the only one that has daylight for you. And you see just how difficult it is to make that jump, as it is super long range. The front riders make it. Back end riders don't. But I have found second gear for a lot of the track is the best way to go for me, because of the acceleration. See how much difficulty some of these guys have just making it. But you're immediately coming off that corner right into the next again, and getting that line right sometimes is hard to do because you can't really get on the gas just yet. Here's where you gotta hit third, but I catch a little bump there at the top, and that just throws me off. So I missed the line. But look at this. Hey, I'm multiple laps in and still in it. Still in range. See how long I can keep it up. Oh, get it under control. Get it under control. One thing that I have learned during this practice session, which is going to be a valuable tool going forward, is after you've gone off, or after you've lost your momentum, and you're trying to recover. I've learned a bit about how to recover properly, how to recover without really struggling through that particular section. Sometimes you got to slow down to rebuild some momentum. Oh, come on. Oh, that was not kind. catch the rear end just a little bit, and bike whips away from me just like it did there. And see, that's that thing I'm talking about of the momentum. Once that momentum's gone, it's so hard to regain the rhythm you need. And because there's only a couple sections that start with enough of a run-up, you just can't recover. Like, that's supposed to be a big jump, but I miss it. I can't quite get the momentum I needed to even make the double where I needed to be making the triple. But this time I finally get that one lined up right. Kind of noticed you can trick your way through there. Wow, even with the brake I couldn't get that going. We were in line, we were in position, we held on for quite a while, but now I'm 18 seconds down and there's only a minute and a half, which means we're already kind of getting into the later stages. Let's go ahead and move on to the last chance qualifier, because that's obviously where I am headed. Well, outside of the last corner, which cost me 2 to 3 seconds, I actually recovered time.
And which will have to compete for the last slots in the LCQ. Let's see
those
the
last
final results.
2 to 3 laps, I actually recovered about 6-7 seconds on S.r.I, Mumford, and Munoz. Those ones I gained quite a bit of time on. So getting out in the open, getting some clean air was a little bit better for me. Let's see if I can do something a little bit better on the last chance qualifier. Really, out of 8 laps, I had a bad first lap and I had a bad probably 4th lap. The rest worked out fairly well. That one bad lap in the middle though, oh gosh, that was awful. I was 20-30 seconds off the pace. That I can't afford to have. Let's see if we can get into the last chance qualifier and do something a little bit better with this one. If we can avoid a major bad lap, we could probably stay in the mix.
Speed and concentration will determine today's winner. Very shortly, we'll find out who has more.
Oh yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, we got the whole shot. Oh, and then I get wiped out hardcore by the guy in 2nd place as he catches my rear wheel and absolutely takes me out. And then just coming out, I don't think anybody made any contact with me on that one. I think that was, I don't understand that one, why the bike just flew off there, but I do understand the one before it being just off balance a bit. And now completely effed as I come through that section, as there's nothing I can do to regain any sort of momentum to get through it. So 7. Wow, I'm leaning back, which is what you're supposed to do through the whoops. I'm balanced on the bike, and we just went over. 2 of those crashes made no sense that we just had, and I've been doing this for a while now. I've been doing this track for a while now. And I know the ins and outs. And that was really the first 2 times where I was completely baffled by what was happening with the track. I'm back within 6 seconds now. There's another one where I don't understand why I would have fallen there. I understand I was going to land on that hay bale, but that was not a reason to just instantly fall off. Oh. I also don't understand why I was in the bales when my balance was fine, and all of a sudden it kicks me to the right. I'm having a rough race here. A lot of unknowns as to what the heck is going on here, and why I can't seem to control the bike in the similar manner to how I've been controlling it in recent races. I am all over the place with no sense of control at the moment. Oh, again, I get this huge kick as I land, and I'm giving it the gas, and down she goes. Yeah. That was better. That was better through there. Can I finally hit this jump? Holy crap, I did it. So you have to get up to 3rd gear to get through that, but I don't quite hit the 3rd gear. Ugh. Now, that time I understand why I missed it. I was a little off balance when I got on the gas, and it shot me the direction it shot me. And that's the thing. You have to already be perfect. You got to be perfect on the exit. And that's so hard to do, at least for me right now. That was another one. That was me getting on the gas a little early. The guys to lap me, but I will not be lapped. So there's that. A little too far to the inside. Kind of found I like that spot to the inside there because it really helps line up what you're about to do after it. But helps if you don't brake right before you go into that jump. Cost myself the momentum trying to get the balance. I hate how that... There's your... The column. That's the one that you have to pay attention to. Ooh, gosh. I'm leaning back and I just went end over. Well, I get lapped on the final lap, but not until then anyway. Crazy rough day. I saw that coming though. I really did. It was a really tough course. Now, first time we really only had that 2 bad laps. This time I struggled. I really struggled like crazy. But you know, here's the thing. Here's the one positive that I'm going to take away from this one. I am outside of those couple times, and they baffled me, and I expressed that to you. And the reason being is I am understanding the mechanics. I'm understanding what I'm doing. I'm understanding how to control the bike. in the various circumstances more and more and more, right? It's not just going along and doing it and turning left or hitting brake. There's so much to the control, the weight placement, when to get on the gas, how hard to get on the gas, when to ease off the gas a little bit, when to brake, when to coast, when to pull back and ride the whoops, when to launch for a jump. I mean, there is a lot going on when you have all assists off. So for that reason, it's absurdly challenging. But for me, I'm starting to get it. Not just the concept of it, but get the feel for it. And that's huge. This track, in some respects, wasn't that bad. But the main thing, if you haven't figured this out by now, is the straightaways are rhythm, right? Every jump section or loop section, it's all about rhythm. This track had two unique things about it that made it really, really challenging. One was that you come out of the turn and immediately into the first jump. So you don't have time to get yourself set, to get yourself balanced before you hit the first jump. You have to do it the moment you're on the gas coming out of the corner. And my oh my, I found that was tough. And we got it 6 out of 8 times in that opening round. I don't know what happened to me in that last chance qualifier, which I've done that a couple races in a row. Maybe I'm feeling the pressure, right? I do a little bit better. I take all those practice laps, and I set low expectations in the first round, the first heat, and go out there without pressure and perform. Then I go into the last chance qualifier expecting to replicate or do better. I put pressure on myself, and then the moment I don't perform, I'm failing miserably. So that actually, I think, would explain a lot as to why I'm doing worse in the last chance qualifier than I am in heat ones. But going back to the second thing that was unique about this track and making it quite hard is how in the middle of a straightaway there's a kink that takes, a slight left or a slight right before you go into a jump, or in one case in the air through the jump. And that added another unique challenge to it. So this was a course that has a couple very unique challenges that make it quite a bit harder. The rhythm sections wouldn't be so bad, but it's getting that first one right. And that first one is right on the exit of the corner. It's just too much, too difficult for, a novice like myself. I'm still getting there. Yes, I'm getting the hang of the mechanics, and yes, I could probably go back to that rookie league, those 3 races, and I could probably fly through those now because they weren't that hard. They really weren't that hard. They were pretty dang easy. I could probably do so much better. I don't know if I could get into the points yet, but I think I could absolutely be competitive in those first couple. The third one was a bit harder than the first 2, but I think they intentionally picked the easiest tracks to help you get used to it. Now, if I had assists on, I think we would be doing just fine. If I had even just partial assists on, I think I'd be competitive. I'd be racing. I wouldn't be winning or anything, but I think I would be finishing, 10th instead of 22nd. That's okay. I like a good challenge, and it's challenging. Thanks for hanging in with me. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.